There we go. That's how every podcast is gonna start. So yeah, our power with Clap Bomb and Chowder. That's the name we decided on.
We're freaking doing it.
Which one's which? I still don't know who I am or who you are.
No, I am definitely. I have to be Clap Bomb.
Clap Bomb? See, I figured... I didn't know, because I'm Chowder, no matter what.
Yeah, you're a fucking...
But at the same time, I feel like if I had the Clap Bomb name, it'd be ironic because of the noodle arms that I have, so... Because I can't rip Clap Bombs.
Well, yeah, maybe.
But, anyway, Clap Bomb and Chowder here with Baby Taylor.
Baby Taylor.
I don't remember where we left off for the last...
Well, let's just start...
Boners.
Boners.
Yeah, okay,
well, we're right off the bat.
That was my first topic because we were talking about it earlier.
I mean, it's just funny that our first topic, of everything and anything in the entire world that we can talk about, we're going to talk about boners. We're talking about boners.
I'm just curious because I think I was talking to you about it a little while ago. Like, just, I don't understand what's happening in my body sometimes. Like, driving to work... I will be sitting in traffic and I will be so fucking mad because I'm sitting in traffic and I'll have the biggest erection just for no, like it has no...
Wait, back up. Just back up.
No correlation to anything.
Just back up.
Random boners.
No. Okay, everyone, like, and we all, everyone went through, like, middle school where you just start popping them anywhere, right? I don't think we're talking about the same thing here anymore.
Boners?
No,
it's like so you wake up and you have like morning wood, like that's a thing.
Right.
But it doesn't go away for a while. Like I'm not thinking about anything sexual. There's nothing happening to make me have it's just there. That's why I just wanted to figure out, like, is that a thing or is it
what?
Just boner. Just you have a boner. Not all the time, it's only in the morning.
Well, I think I read somewhere that, like, sometimes you might get a boner, like, if you have to pee. Don't know why that's correlated, right? Like, what biological process says I need to pee in as a fucking fountain?
Your
like,
bladder's so
like,
full,
am I the Caesar statue in, like, Las Vegas? Or like, no, like, I don't understand. I don't understand, like, but they say that, if you have to pee, you can get a boner, which doesn't make any sense, but... No. In traffic, but especially when you're angry. I want to talk, you said angry, and you said angry for a very specific purpose.
Because I always sit on 270, right where 36 and I-25 and 270 all meet. Whoever the fucking designer of Colorado's highway system is, by the way, it's just...
That interchange is horrible because you have I-25, 2 lanes of I-25 merging into basically like 1.5 lanes of 36, and that continues into 270, which is like the only highway if you're going to go down to Fuckville.
I know.
And
so that's why I'm always angry, is because I'm sitting
in shit every
single day.
But that doesn't explain why you get a boner.
No, that's the thing. I don't get a boner.
You're saying when you're angry, you get erections.
No, I don't. I don't get a boner. So I still have it. Like it doesn't. It just stays.
Is this one of those like 4-hour situations?
Am I taking pills? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like you popping pills and then you're like, you don't realize that they told you it was Percocet, but it's Vicodin. It's not any of that. It's fucking. It's
What's the
Viagra? Yeah, or Cialis.
Cialis,
there you go. I think one of them's I don't know. I don't even know anything about those.
What's the fucking
Cialis? I thought that was like a blood pressure medicine.
Well, I think they can use it for that, right? That's where Viagra initially even came from.
Really?
Blood pressure?
Like, yeah, it was like a
Viagra was a blood pressure medicine.
Sending the pressure to your penis? Is that the...
Well, I mean,
that the magic
it works.
For both, though?
Hopefully not for 4 more hours.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what, but, all I know is that's where it came from.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. So,
I mean, yeah,
boners in traffic, but you still have it. So when does this boner happen, I guess, is where we should talk about.
I mean, it just doesn't...
You just keep it from the morning.
Yeah,
you wake up with morning wood and
stays.
It's there.
It just stays. Like, I mean, it only takes me seriously like 5 minutes to get ready. I work in a warehouse, so I don't have to like get dressed or take a shower or anything. Like, I seriously just get up, brush my teeth, and walk out the door. But I never. That's the thing. Is like I'm never fully aware of it until I'm like super angry, and I'm just like, what the. All right, that's interesting.
How long does it take for these to go away?
I mean, I don't really know. It just goes away eventually.
Eventually? By the time you get to work?
Yeah, usually.
It takes that long?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I saw somewhere that if you have an unwanted boner, and like you need to get rid of this.
If you flex,
The Euro.
you flex like you have like a big muscle. Like if you
strain your muscles,
if you like, especially like your thighs,
draw
if you,
the blood somewhere else.
yeah,
Kind
yeah.
it does. It works.
You know this from experience.
Like when you see when you
High school pro.
I heard
High
it.
school
I
pro,
tried
yeah.
it. It worked.
But I wonder if they say it's like, oh, because your muscles need blood to flex, but I think it's just that you're focused on something else other than your raging wood, and like it's like the placebo, but it's not really, because I mean it kind of is, like the science of the whole blood flowing around kind of thing. That's not real. What really is you're so focused on flexing so hard that you're either gonna pass out or you're losing that wood. At least if you pass out, you will not have an erection.
What if you do the opposite? Like
And
if
you
you're
just-
flexing your dick. What happens then?
I think that's like a strategy for like 60-year-old men.
Kegel exercises with your dick? What would that be? Urethra exercise? I don't know what that would be.
Wouldn't it just be called the same thing?
I don't know.
I think it would be.
Is a Kegel a muscle? I don't know what that is.
Penile exercise.
Yeah.
Penile exercises.
All right.
I mean, that was really all I had for boners. I was just curious where everybody else fell on that. Apparently, I'm the only one that
Yeah, when I drive to work, I
has
don't
that
have
situation.
Yeah, I don't.
Rage
have-
boner.
don't have
I mean,
rage boners.
No rage boners.
Morning wood's definitely the thing, but it's gone after like 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, and that also curious. We talked about it. I think we all talked about it last Friday.
We're talking about
Morning dew. Yeah.
Morning
Is morning dew a thing? We need.
Morning dew.
I wish we had like a female perspective that was not shy to share.
Like, is this
Is it a thing?
real?
Like men
Is it a
have
thing?
morning wood, they have erections in the morning.
like? But everybody knows that. It's not like
No, right, and that's why I'm curious. I mean, we called it morning dew because I think that's hilarious, but
Well,
is it its own real?
Is it a thing?
yeah, is morning dew real? I mean, but does it affect everybody? Morning wood, I don't know if it affects everybody. It affects the majority of people. I think it affects more people that would say, you got your hot shots, like, oh, I don't have a morning wood, and it's like, yes, you do. It's just so small you can't tell, but it's there. It's there.
That's just everybody gets it. Every dude experiences morning wood at least. I don't know.
One,
Like it happens.
that-
like quite?
I've wondered that too. Is that like an evolutionary thing where that's just
What
stayed
is
with
it?
us? Like people used to be hunters and gatherers, and they'd wake up in the morning and fuck just in case they didn't come back.
Like, plant the seed while they
Yeah,
still
exactly.
can.
And then if I die,
I thought morning wood had something to do with your like.
That had to do
It had
pee
something to do
usually,
with
right?
your.
well, yeah, that.
Well, I thought it had something to do with your dreams.
No, those are
that
those
you
are
were
wet
like-
dreams.
No, no, no,
Those are- you are having
different.
Yeah, you
types
are
of
having wet dreams. Those are
nocturnal emissions. We're not talking about those.
Did you call them nocturnal emissions?
That's the scientific name for them.
Oh my
Okay.
God. I learned
No,
something today.
no,
There you
we're
go.
not talking about those. We're talking like I heard somewhere that it was like your dreams is why you get morning wood.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
apparently that's not entirely true because I fucking have it all the way to my drive to work. So
Maybe you're dreaming. Maybe you're still asleep when you're
Maybe
driving.
I'm still asleep.
Fucking, I don't know.
Alright.
Whatever caused them, I don't know. But morning dew.
Morning dew.
yeah,
That
I
could
mean,
be
I didn't have a lot on morning dew.
to be
other than-
continued on the
Yeah,
morning dew.
we'll figure
We
out.
need to find it.
We'll do some research
thing.
before we record the next one. And
Oh, we need to find some girl who has morning dew, so that she can say whether she feels like, because obviously she has talked about it with her friends, right? So she'll have perspective on. Do you guys wake up and like the first conversation about morning wood that happened?
I was
you know?
gonna say, when does that occur?
With that
though?
first
It's like-
conversation, see, men are more open. It happened years and years and years ago, right? Maybe we're just on the cusp of this whole female empowerment thing. I mean, we need to open up this dialogue about morning dew.
Yeah,
Let's.
that we do.
Anyways,
All
let's.
right, yeah, Bete, what's next on the list? I don't remember what.
Free the nipple camp.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
women empowerment?
Yeah,
thing?
that's
Oh,
a perfect transition.
What a segue!
Very great.
So we have morning dew, and now we have sunburned nipples.
Yeah.
This is a problem. I mean, you talk breast cancer is bad enough as it is. If you get skin cancer on your breast cancer, I mean, maybe.
Oh God! Okay, I don't think that's where this was. I don't think that's where this was intended to go.
Yeah,
But
that's
Taylor's took it right into.
Well, no. So I was just
God.
googling shit before we started recording, and I came across
It's disinfra.
this weird
Free the nipple camp.
free the nipple campaign
It's
thing, and I was
because
reading about
they
it.
say since like men can go outside with their shirt off and not be
Right.
sexualized for
Yeah,
it.
that's the whole thing
Then
was
why is
desexual.
desexualizing women's breasts,
Right.
which is
like they said, the argument is that like in other cultures around the world, breasts are not sexualized.
I find that a low.
But where the power does not lie in them just fucking exposing themselves to it. Like, that's
Talk about boners.
the first thing I thought of. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Free the boner campaign. Where's that campaign?
Yeah.
That
Gender equality. What the fuck? The first thing that crossed
don't wanna
my mind,
embarrass
though, when
yourself
I was
with that,
reading
so.
about it,
Is why.
it wasn't why, but it was like... Because I just know a lot about history, and like 40 years ago, 50 years ago, it was like marching for civil rights and like shit that people were being mistreated, and now people are seriously marching so that they can show their nipples in public.
well, didn't
Like
this whole
the world has gotten here with like, this is what you're protesting to have your nipples, like who I was just blown away, like this is what you're fighting for.
Well, I mean, I get like gender equality, and I get like the whole let's be equal, but like you can only be so equal because your gender. Well, not according to some people, but you are physically different,
Right.
right? And it's like you have boobs, and
They're sexualized in our culture. And I
Like,
think that's just
we-
something that you have to deal with.
I mean, even more than that, on like a biological like level.
I mean, I don't even think it has anything to do with sexualization, right? Men's, pecs are not sexualized in the same way that boobs are, but you do not. No one wants, even though they're not. It's totally desexualized, but yet you don't want to see a 400-pound dude's man boobs.
No,
That's true.
Those are not
No,
sexualized,
no, I
and
know
I don't
that.
want to see them.
no,
Yeah.
no one does.
No one wants to see. He doesn't want you to
He's
see.
wearing a shirt at the pool for a reason. That's
Okay, I was thinking that, but they.
he wore a white shirt so you could see it anyways, but he was trying. He just didn't think it all the way through.
Yeah.
And it's like.
But is it desexualization, or is it a reason to bitch?
Right.
Well,
Well,
and
and
there's-
what's the point of these?
Is
No, but my question with it is, why do you want to free your nipples? Like, why do you want to expose your breasts to the public eye?
Do they not
That's
realize-
my only question. Is like,
What's the point?
what's the point? And they're like, guys can run with their shirts off and stuff, and it's like,
I thought the
but
point
why?
of sports bras and shit was so that you didn't have everything bouncing around and hit you in the face. Like,
Okay, well, guys can wear their shirts, no shirts running. Guys can also stand and pee. Are we gonna have free the, fucking, are we gonna, are we gonna have
squatty potties
Yeah, like, are we
everywhere?
gonna have
Just-
like, should women be able to stand up and pee? I mean, yeah, they can, but it's a freaking wilded out stream. Like, that
wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
One time I saw these things, these little cup things that go over the vagina so they could stand up and pee, and it had like a little spigot.
how does
Well,
it
that
work?
sounds like a
Wait,
great camping accessory.
That's what it was. I think that's what it was for, and it was so they just peed into the little cup, and it came out the little spigot, and they didn't have to squat.
That
It was
sounds
a
really
thing.
convenient.
I saw it somewhere. It was some
Actually-
kind of fucking. I don't know if it was like an
Could
Onion
you-
article or what, but I saw it.
But I mean, even if it was onion, it's still.
I remember seeing
idea.
it, and it was like, if you want.
But that's a matter of
don't care.
convenience.
Could you
It's not
modify-
inconvenient to put a shirt on, or like, what if we couldn't do that? We could not have like women wear like fucking
short
shorts and whatever. Like,
If I
I mean,
did that,
that's
my
a bad
sack would be
example, but
hanging
that's
out.
a
And people
No,
would be,
exactly, that's
I would be put on a list.
that's my point. Is like,
I wear those
if there were 150 men walking to a nude beach
Okay.
naked,
Yeah.
every single one of them is now a sex offender or a pedophile. Like, there's some shit that they would, but
So yeah, it's
Free
like,
the nipple.
It's like, obviously, the vagina is sexualized, and the penis is sexualized,
Because-
and breasts are.
let's
well-
desexualize dicks. The Free Willy
No.
campaign.
Desexualize my testicles. Free the testicles.
The dick is the actual. That's the turkey baster. The testicles are just. Those are glands, just like. I mean, they're like
Just like
glands, but breasts.
Yeah,
breasts are
glands,
glands. Testicles are. I mean, they're not really glands. I don't really know what they are. Someone's gonna listen to this who's like a a human anatomy
Smart.
expert, and they're gonna say these guys are fucking idiots.
Okay, but whatever they are, I want to free them.
Testicles
I want
are
them
not
to
the sexual
swing
part.
low.
I do
and
not.
breathe freely.
I want that shit protected.
I mean, can we? I mean, like, let's
I
get.
want-
do,
Why would you not want your breasts?
do your balls hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
Oh god, I don't want to hear this.
No, that's all I have.
That's good.
But I mean, it makes sense, right? But I think my the other thing that they don't realize, and maybe I don't know, I don't really care if they realize it or not, is that the majority of old women, you know, everyone knows like the saggy breasting, they don't realize that like that shit will drop. And it will
that
be,
was I was looking through some of the pictures and stuff.
Is
and
that
it was
good
like,
for you?
It was like, what were they? She just listed, the sign had all these different like perky, saggy, mastectomy, like all these different kinds of or types of breasts.
And then the last picture was sunburn, and it was called "Free the Nipple Breasts." And they're perky. They were once perky. They're mid sag, and now they are cancerous inside and out.
Wow, you fucking.
I just think
Skin cancer is a real thing. Like
I know.
like the dudes who run with those shirts on, maybe they should. You know, why is that conversation not right? Instead of letting women hang their breasts out, maybe men should wear shirts.
I really don't give a shit.
I don't care. Like,
Well, isn't that a little bit?
Is like, why?
Are we not a little bit hypocritical then, right? Of, you know, I don't care if men wear shirts, but I care if women wear shirts, right? Like,
Well, and that's the thing is like,
if we're staying
don't
in
care
the
if they
same
do
vein
or
of
not.
equality.
yeah, that's the same. It's like I don't care if they do or not. My question is just like,
Why do you want to?
Okay.
Why do you want? They're sexualized, okay? And if you're gonna flaunt
And you're telling
them,
me,
why
like
do you
you
wanna
said,
do
men's
that?
pecs aren't sexualized. Like,
that is kind of false
yeah,
because they kind of are. I mean, look at Channing Tatum.
False is factual. It's a matter of opinion, I mean, mostly, right? But I mean, yes, I can
Okay,
see that.
If you ask a girl like, "Hey, do you think Channing Tatum is an attractive male?" They're gonna say yes, and if you ask them why, they're gonna say because of his body, which entails his pecs.
So maybe we should let women
And if
run
you
around
had
with no shirts
saggy,
on. I don't know.
if you had
I mean, I'm
saggy
fine with that. I don't
pecs,
care.
if you had saggy pecs, do you think they would think he's attractive?
Well,
No.
we're going back to the man boob thing, right? You know,
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yes, in a way, a man shirtless is sexualized.
yeah.
Or maybe why are we trying to protect people in society in general for themselves, right? This is sexualized. This is not sexualized, you know.
Well, and how do you know what's sexual to somebody or not? Like,
Because boobs are definitely sexual to a lot of people.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
but not to some.
you're a thigh guy or you're a breast guy. You're one or the other.
There's so many more things.
Prefer one over the other. That's what I'm saying.
Booty.
It's like,
Booty.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like booty thigh. You know,
Yeah.
the booty thigh, or you're a breast.
I mean, I like both.
I mean, I like both. So I'm not going to say I don't like both, but I'm going to say there's definitely
you
guys
have a
that are
preference. I get what
they're
you're
like,
saying.
I want bigger boobs over a bigger ass. There's definitely guys. I mean, it's just
Yeah, and what that has to do with free the nipple is nothing.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, what do we got next on the list, Bete?
frat drinking.
Yeah, I saw this. It's a news article, right?
And then what it was saying that frat
Well, let me.
are
It's the. Let me get before I misquote something and then
slow you're.
start.
I'm trying to process. Like,
You're not processing anything.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
trying
just
to,
you're
like-
stuck in a loop right now.
I'm
you're
trying to like
Frat.
frat brothers are immune to.
I mean, so how about we just? I'll just read
The ellipses on
This is NBC News, so take not the most credible, right?
Oh, I didn't cite
I'm
any
just
of
trying to
mine.
think of-
This is NBC News. This is NBC News. This is not like an op-ed or anything. This is just like this is a featured college.
Yeah.
It's by Linda Carroll, and it is frat brothers are immune to alcohol intervention programs. Study suggests. So there's
so
many
it's in the
things that
title,
There's
right?
many things that touch
Right
on
in
here.
the title.
There's frat brothers, not sorority sisters. It is immune to alcohol intervention programs, which we just talked about with drunk driving, and study suggests.
Which we also just talked
So-
about with drunk
what
driving.
studies?
So, the first just intro to this thing is fraternity members who party hard are unlikely to change their boozy behavior at any time soon, even with proven methods of reducing alcohol abuse. A new study suggests.
I mean, that's really biased language right off the bat.
Yeah.
Fucking boozy?
Boozy. Well, for one, there's a lot of loaded. Like if you read through the whole thing and
Loaded words.
just loaded rhetoric everywhere, right? And I'm trying to find the actual citation of the study, and I mean, it might be in here. No, that's not it. I mean, I'm sure it's in here somewhere, right?
No.
Maybe. You would hope. I mean, there's lots of advertisements and promotion of
That's true.
special selection, get tips and advice about college at College Game Plan, so this is where it's from. It was unexpected an associate professor at the Brown University Medical School and senior scientist at the Miriam Hospital. Oh, that's not where the study was necessarily done. It doesn't say. At any rate, does this... Let's just talk about this. Mm-hmm. Frat brothers, right? They say that they're immune to alcohol.
Immune to alcohol intervention.
Right, so this is stupid to me. To me, this for one,
They're
this
the
is
only
there's a
group.
reason why this is like not The Onion, right?
Yeah.
This is hilarious in the sense that like no fucking shit. Alcohol intervention programs are for people who want to stop drinking. you like this article literally like somebody poured their time and soul. Like this Linda Carroll, she went so hard and was just so bemused by this study findings. She flew too close to the sun, and she forgot to realize that alcohol intervention programs are for people who want to stop drinking. Frat brothers in college do not want to stop drinking.
That's a really good.
So, it's like, I'm pretty sure, old Peepaw from the 1800s knew that if you lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink it. It's the same concept. We've known this. It is known for you Game of Thrones fans. It is known, and why is that an article? Not only why is it an article, why is that a featured article? And people are going to read this and go like, wow, there is a real culture, this is where it's going to go. There's a real culture issue.
Problem, yeah.
Yeah, and who are fraternity brothers at, colleges? Well, they're a bunch of white, upper-class, privileged males. And this touches on the gender equality thing, right? This comes full circle. This is a perfect culmination of taking stuff so far out of the realm in which it belongs that now we have bastardized it into something that doesn't literally mean anything. It is an entire news article that doesn't actually mean anything.
Well, and
you could have used random word generator, times it by however many words in an article, and you would have the same amount of content because there is no content.
But that's the thing is like, just because you see through it, that's the real cultural problem. Is that
people are gonna read that and be like,
yeah.
wow, like these frat kids need to stop, or these,
yeah, well, and it's gonna get to this whole thing of like, are we enabling the party culture? Are we supporting this party culture? Is it the party culture that got the? Is it the party culture that got?
You already see where they're gonna take the party. Party culture.
It's gonna take it to what's his name who raped the girl in Stanford.
Yeah.
It's
that's
gonna take
exactly
it
where this is going.
Rape and gender equality, and it's gonna touch on all these subjects that are just
stupid.
I hate people.
I hate people. I hate people because they're idiots.
I know.
But if they're idiots because they do these little things like oh my god, I almost said like the mainstream media. Let me just go ahead and get some tinfoil on my hat here.
They're listening.
Let me just look up and document all the chemtrails in the air from the airplanes. There's fluoride in the water. No, I don't even want to go down that road. I'm just saying that people are very, there are intelligent people out there who are very smart at laying the foundation for future arguments by, building up support a little bit at a time. Let's just plant the seed. Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception. Let me just toss it out there that frat boys drink too much. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a study finds. That's not my study.
Well, and it's
and what study? Whose study?
Study didn't find. Study suggests.
Scienceism in general is going to be the next big fuck up of the world, right? So many people trust science way too much.
No, I agree.
But they trust it because a study says, well, it must be right. Well, it's like, well, and if you look at maybe this could be a segment on our show of debunked studies of history, right? Where we just go through and all these studies that people believe, and then you look at the actual testing methods and they're horrible.
Well, and that's what I've talked to my brother about it and shit too, because he used to be the most hardcore atheist ever, and I was an atheist too, but the more I started, I was just as bad as the fucking Christians that shove shit down your throat. I was just the opposite end of the spectrum where it's fuck you, you're wrong, you know what I mean? So I finally realized that, and I was talking to my brother about it, and he's like, no, it's science. So I was like, dude, science is wrong. He's like, what? It's people used to believe that the fucking earth was flat, and that
they had
was
all this science to prove it.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? We had 5 elements on a table, and that was science. Science.
We just recently added 3 elements, actually.
Did we really?
Yes, we did.
It's changing all the time.
Yeah, we just added 3. They're synthesized in a laboratory, but they were added.
Science isn't set in stone.
But it's
It's an explanation for things at the time, I think, is the best. And the more we learn, the more we realize that we don't know anything. That's what I think science is. But we think we know it all.
Science is over-trusted.
Yeah.
People trust it with everything.
Yeah. Well, so that was the frat article. Just thought I'd bring up. So last.
Is this the office?
This is story time. This is.
Oh boy, I love these office stories.
So,
these are my favorite.
Maybe
there are plenty of people out there who work in offices, and they will know precisely what I'm talking about. Office talk. So, where this story starts is
your office.
Like the people, these people, and there are people. So, and I swear it's the same. There are people out there who are very worried about what other people think of them, but they're not worried about is having. They have private phone conversations. I mean, we're talking like with doctors and family members and things in their cubicles
that everyone can hear.
Everybody can hear. Everybody can hear.
You know a lot about your coworkers, don't you? More than you should know.
More than I should. No, I mean it's like, and they're blurting out credit card numbers, and which is like, okay, identity theft in the office. I don't think that's
not a such.
I mean, unless I don't know.
Possibility, yes. Probable, no.
But nonetheless, like other things, right? Like talking, and this happened, and I wish it did not happen. Talking with like your mother, this older lady, talking with her mother over the phone, who lives in Connecticut. Found that out.
All right.
From various other phone conversations. I am living her life right now.
I cannot wait to hear where this is going.
About. We just have to say the effectiveness of Vagisil.
Oh, with her mother?
With her mother
in the office.
This is a cell phone conversation that occurred in a cubicle near me.
First of all, I'm going to plead ignorance and just outright tell you that I don't know what that's even used for.
It's used to cure yeast infections, and the only reason I know that is because she proceeded to talk about them.
Did you pop your head over the? Did you ask her if she was cooking some bread?
I was like slinking so far down into my chair, just filled with disgust.
Wow.
That's disgusting. You don't want to do. You don't want to know that. But what?
Talk about that in the car.
But we're gonna talk about and just in general, like you, like someone out there. You are that person.
Yeah,
somebody.
It's
you are that person.
I have very inappropriate conversations a lot of times.
Like someone, like if you're listening, like there's someone out there right now that you are that person who talks too loud in your cubicle and everyone can hear, and people know all kinds of things about you. The worst. This was a couple years ago. This lady in this cubicle, I was an intern. This lady in the cubicle across from me was planning a wedding. And dear God, I knew everything about this wedding. I knew everything.
Every bridesmaid, every groomsmaid.
So are you saying they're just talking too loud, or the conversations in general are just...
Their conversations are their personal conversations. Nobody else wants to hear it. No one wants to hear it. And this segues into the three types of these people in your office, right? You have the gossiper.
Is this your...
This is number one. The gossiper, the number one office fucking ignorant person is...
Is it gossip about people in the office?
Oh, yes. Oh,
okay.
Yes. And this comes from, okay, you have someone in their cubicle, blah, 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 this and that, blah, 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 and then you get the gossiper, this little fucking snaky bitch who just goes around and she's like, you'll see her in like a meeting, everyone's leaving, she's like, oh my God, you'll never guess what I heard blah 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 say in her cue before this meeting. I think she's in trouble. I think she's going to jail. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, going to jail? Like, yeah, I heard her say something about doing time. Like,
oh my God.
You
took 3 words out of context.
You are a fucking idiot. And fuck you for saying that. And this is the gossiper where it's like they draw you in for more material.
Right.
They gossip about somebody else and they want your personal commentary on it. They want you to feel
so they can gossip about what you said to everybody else.
Some people think.
Yeah, so then they can go back to the person who was talking and say, so, blah blah blah, I overheard you talking and you'll never believe what he said.
Fucking giant cauldron and they're stirring the pot for the whole office.
And they're adding everything into it.
They got vegetables, they got chicken.
Cook.
Yeah.
They are Oh, they're the cook of bullshit.
They got the fucking. They got the hat and the apron and
And then
Ratatouille's under the hat, fucking pulling the strings.
And then there's a second, and everyone knows this girl. And yes, it is a girl. And fuck you if you
that's
want.
unequal, bro.
Yeah. You know what else is unequal? The amount of dicks that she's had to get where she is, because it is.
What is the?
She is the office whore.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And you know, oftentimes it's not like you see, like, you know, some girl who's in a very successful position, and it's like that is not the office. The office whore stays right where she is, because there is no point in a manager promoting the office whore to equal or above him, because then he no longer gets access to said whore.
To the whore.
There's a reason she's a whore, and she will always be a whore. And this,
Cassidy, will you give me a beer, please?
and this is this
Taylor,
office
do you want a
whore.
beer?
Yeah,
Thank you.
this office whore is dangerous. She's dangerous because she is a fucking pro at what she does. Because she
Dicks or
no, at being the office, just at being the office.
That's not dangerous.
that's
No, it's dangerous because
Expertise.
if she was,
that's a trade. She started her own trade.
she's dangerous because if she was bad at what she did by being the office whore, she would get fired. So when you come into an office and there is an office whore,
She knows how to play the game.
she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous because all of a sudden, one day,
She's
you know, you'll be
pulling
at the
you
company party and you're talking, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you are,
Sally's right next to you,
and here she comes.
and you're
Literally,
freaking out.
and
Yeah.
next thing you know, it is, you know, the company conference, and Jared from accounting is finger banging her under the table.
During said conference.
During,
You want a finger fuck?
you want a finger fuck?
So what's your third?
The
you
third
got the
is
gossiper, the
The
whore.
megaphone.
The megaphone. Now this is
Oh, I was curious. I saw that on the
Okay.
whiteboard. And
yeah. So the megaphone is similar to the office,
gossiper?
to the gossiper, but not the gossiper takes shit and like turns it into something that's gonna be interesting for her to fucking brew, right?
right, like she's a cook. She's a cook.
Cooking
cook.
what she wants.
The megaphone is
Announcing what's
It's-
on the menu. Is
no,
that-
it's the megaphone is eventually, but it becomes the gossiper.
in one ear and out the mouth.
The megaphone is
Oh.
a fucking idiot. The megaphone literally just can't not say shit that they hear to any and everybody.
They're the same people that believe in these fucking frat drinking studies.
yeah, there you go.
They are mindless, hopeless, and all they do is they hear shit and they turn around and say, like, they invented the game
Turn
telephone.
loudspeaker on. Yeah.
They invented the game telephone, but they do not fuck up. They say exactly what they hear, but they say it to everybody. Everybody. I mean, and your most common megaphone outside of the office is a preacher. They just read shit from the
yeah,
Bible
there
and
you
then
go.
tell it to you because you're too lazy to read it yourself.
That's funny. So I like this whole the office talks is, you know, you said you have the gossiper, you have this, and that. I don't know why. I love eavesdropping, like at restaurants and shit. Like
Oh,
you're saying,
yes.
you know, they have all
Okay.
these personal
Yes.
phone calls that they shouldn't be having in this area, and it's
For some
terrible,
reason,
and
it's
it's all.
just so satisfying.
For me, as an eavesdropper, that shit is gold for me. I love hearing people talk about things that they should never talk about in public. It is so entertaining for me.
Some of it, I feel like some of it, yes.
Like, we've even been at Old Chicago
Yeah.
together drinking
Yeah.
or doing something, and then we're both silent, we're both listening, and then we just look at each other because we both heard the same
Did you
thing.
hear that?
Did you hear that? I wish I could remember.
But it's always, and the way you get hooked on eavesdropping is, or at least hooked on in a particular situation, is that you'll be having a conversation and everyone has like the group, like the loud talker who starts laughing and increasingly like gets louder and louder and louder and like,
Expediting.
and then you hear this like mumble, and then he fucking fucked the cow, and everyone's like, and then like that's what
That's what
immediately
draws your attention,
catches
yeah.
your attention. You're like, what the fuck? But then, you know, it's like you're a bat. You can just tune into that conversation over everything else, and you sit there and just listen to these, you know, idiots banter about things.
Well, I remember, this is the only one I remember from Old Chicago, when we were sitting by our golden tea table, and there were those two dudes talking about real estate and flipping houses, and you work professionally with money, so you know all the terms that they're using.
Yes.
And you were just sitting there stewing, like, I'm I'm gonna fucking call these guys out. These are the two dumbest motherfuckers I've ever heard in my life. And we just sat and listened to them. Because it's, I don't know, it's just so entertaining. Like, almost better than having a conversation is listening to two idiots have a conversation. That's our whole podcast. That's the whole podcast.
What we are.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are.
But see, instead of people having to eavesdrop on us now, we are giving them a platform to do it in the privacy of their own home.
We are the megaphone.
Of our own lives. Yeah. No, I know exactly what I remember that precisely, and the reason I remember that so vividly is because there's nothing better than listening to two idiots, at the crest of ruining their lives financially. They were so
we have not seen them back.
No, they were so excited and gung-ho about this whole real estate flipping. Oh, you just have to understand interest rates, and that you just do this and that, and you literally are contractually making money. It's so easy, right? And they clearly have no idea what they're talking about, either one of them. But they did have, and as their conversation talked, they had the cash to go out and start flipping houses. I mean, I don't know how some idiots, inheritance or robberies or they have money. Which is sad because they're going to lose it all, and it's going to be hilarious. I wish there was a follow-up.
It's just going to be somebody else's money.
But there's nothing quite like you're watching two people on the precipice of ruining their lives, and as an eavesdropper, you just get all this glory and satisfaction of going, today, forward, every single day progressively will be the worst day of their lives. They are at the top, and they are going down.
Straight down.
Straight down.
Get the phones out and I'll just scroll through Facebook right quick because there's usually some pretty solid articles.
Oh boy.
I'm so glad I got rid of that shit because...
See, it's just these articles that are...
No, you're not. Just like we talked about eavesdropping.
No,
Facebook, you are eavesdropping on not just their conversations, but their stupidity as a unit.
Per unit of measurement.
Facebook has done such an excellent job of synthesizing complex human traits down into you're a fucking idiot, and because all you post is just the dumbest things.
I just couldn't do it, man. It's just people are people. I said it earlier. People are idiots. I just can't handle it sometimes.
There's these articles I see every once in a while. Like there was one this morning that was like 10 things you do wrong that could get her pregnant.
What?
Yeah, it was an article, right? And it was like, so these 10
How
things
old
you
is
could
the
do.
person that?
Is it 10? I want to know if this is 10 or if this is a top 10. Because if this everything these days, it's a top. Is this a top 10 ways you can fuck up and get her pregnant? Because I'm pretty sure there's only one way to get her pregnant, and that's by dropping a freaking load inside of her. Name 9 other ways to get her pregnant that don't involve dropping a load inside of her.
It was like you forget to put on a condom. Like what?
No, that's not.
And then it was like. Yeah, it was just dumb, retarded shit like that.
No, that's the when I was looking for. I was looking through the news.
That's a perfect article for a segment called "This Was Funny When I Was 12."
Yeah, it's like as I was looking through all those news articles today, so that we could have something to talk about or whatever. Like everything I ran across was stupid shit like that. Like that's what news is, and it's astonishing to me. It's not. It's not anything that's happening. It's not anything that's important. It's a list of things that
is fucking
are irrelevant,
ridiculous.
And yeah, exactly. I was just blown away.
Top 10 ways you can accidentally get a girl pregnant. Like that's a thing. Somebody fucking put time into that. And not only did they put time into it, because he saw it and he has no connection to that person, they are more successful at putting out a top 10 list of how to get someone pregnant than we are making a podcast.
We're adding to it. We're
like the idiots are winning, and we are
helping them. That's
Yep.
Okay, here's an article got shared by I wouldn't say
no real names,
but woman kisses peanut butter eating boyfriend and dies. That's considered news. 9news.
Peanut butter eating boyfriend?
I thought it was against the law to be in a relationship with your dog.
Oh, did you hear about that?
You didn't even whoosh.
No, Canada legalized that. That is not bestiality anymore.
That is
the Supreme Court of Canada declared that it's not bestiality to have your dog lick peanut butter off of your cock and balls. I don't even remember where I need to look it up now just to make. I don't know who told me. I don't know where I saw it.
All right, so she had a peanut butter
peanut butter allergy. Peanut butter and penis butter are very different.
And her boyfriend ate a sandwich. She kissed him, and now she's dead.
Is that murder?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Is that murder?
Did he know? Is he the world's best assassin? Here's something that someone texted me.
News? No.
Somebody texted this to me. This is an old friend. Not even an old friend. An old person who has my number that I don't ever talk to. They just, out of the fucking blue, I forgot about this, just texted me this. Most orchestras are just 1800s cover bands.
That's kind of funny.
Like...
That's kind of fun. It's really stupid, but
it's so stupid, but it's so like, yes, I suppose they are.
All right, yeah, I don't know where I found it, but Canada's highest court has just ruled that some sex acts between humans and animals are illegal.
Wow, that is ridiculous. It's disgusting.
In ruling, the country's high court ruled that a man who has on trial for raping and sexually exploiting his own daughters wasn't guilty of bestiality. The man reportedly smeared peanut butter on his genitals of his victims and had the family dog lick it off while he videotaped. Damn, that's fucked up. While he videotaped the act.
That's fucking awful.
That has nothing to do with the bestiality. That's a fucking thing of its own, that sounds like to me.
Jesus Christ. I don't even want to go there. That is...
He took his case to the Canadian Supreme Court demanding that the bestiality charge be nullified. In the end, the court agreed.
Wow.
That's fucking nuts. The court ruled 7-1 that humans having sexual contact with animals is okay if there is no penetration. That's the line?
Top 10 ways to not actually get pregnant.
That's fucking nuts, dude. I wish I didn't read this. I don't know where I found that. That's...
Now you have to clear your browsing history and just...
Oh, Jesus.
Google suggested ads is just going to be like Jiffy Creamy.
All these different kinds of Skippy.
Okay, you know what's interesting about that is...
oh, here we go.
Let's go ahead.
Is this the top 10?
No, this is something else that has to do with feminism.
Oh.
Is this an article you just found on?
Yes. A girl lost her race to a boy who thinks he's a girl.
So where's
Here's what the... Okay, so they're saying that... It also goes with the whole, like... I'm a girl trapped in a boy's body thing.
So I'm gonna compete with girls and fucking destroy them.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He thinks he's a girl, but he's actually a boy. And apparently...
Physically and biologically, he is a boy.
A male. And he won this track meet, I guess.
Yeah.
I could be... If I would have known about this in high school, that this would have been a thing, or if I was in high school now, or just...
You'd be on the fucking USA women's hockey team.
Yeah, we'd be on the... We'd all three be the... We'd be the star line on the USA women's hockey team. And all we'd have to do is grow our hair out like Ryan over here. He's already halfway there. He whines like a girl. He's hair like a girl. He bitches like one.
But
those are gender stereotypes.
Could we expose our nipples?
Too edgy.
Literally, too cold, too edgy.
I'll just go and get a couple of those little mini traffic cones and put them under my jersey.
So what does the article say? You didn't...
I'm reading it right now. It's just saying, like, he's a male and he competes against girls.
Because he identifies as a female.
Yes.
God.
So what is the...
And then, okay,
what is the
point,
it was like, I guess, of
the mother is saying that, it's ridiculous for him to compete as a girl.
I mean,
because
she's not
he's
wrong.
not. And then now the whole feminist part comes into it because now they're like, well...
We're supposed to be equal, so we should be able to beat him anyways, kind of thing.
Yes. So now the feminists are on here posting about how it shouldn't matter what you identify as or what you are, and now they're like trying to. This is a classic case of somebody standing up for a cause that they're removed from and don't feel the consequences, and then immediately
rejecting that as soon as it affects them directly, right?
It's ridiculous.
It's like the whole people should be able to use whatever bathrooms they want, right? And then as soon as your daughter gets fucking molested by a man in the women's bathroom that you can't go into because you identify as a male, because you're the father, all of a sudden you're gonna flip on that stance 180 right quick. But that's fear mongering. We don't do that in America.
Wow.
You know, every other country just, you know, they look down their nose at America and fear mongering, you know, even though
it's happening there
every
right now.
fucking where.
So now they're saying that if you identify as a girl, you can compete.
Where does it have a location? Is this here in
It was in
America?
Alaska.
Okay.
Was this... What are the ice people called?
Eskimos?
Eskimo.
I knew right where you were going with that. I don't know why.
Ice people? No, it was just like...
So, I mean...
Who aren't allowed to drink, by the way. It's illegal against... It's like Alaska state law that they can't have alcohol.
The only way I could see that actually working would be if it was something that had no biological component to it. Like a sled race in Alaska.
Yeah.
Like, the dogs are doing the work, you're controlling the dogs.
But if
Man or woman,
if you have
it
more
doesn't
male
matter.
dogs than female dogs, are you...
Oh, okay, you stumped me on that one. That's good.
Should you have an
boy.
equal number of female dogs to male dogs for equality?
I don't know.
Are you allowed
What's
to have
gonna
an
win you?
all-male dog team?
Well, you have to see, the thing is that...
Do you want
the
the,
pack
male dogs
dogs-
fucking
the pack
female
dogs,
while
half
you're
the
trying
pack
to-
dogs have to be-
distracted?
Half the pack
Yeah.
dogs have to be male, half have to be female, and then the lead dog has to be gender neutral. It can't identify as a gender at all.
It has
That's
to
how we
identify
keep...
as like a cat.
No, that's called a pussy. That is...
So-
Now you are sexualizing animals, you bestialic motherfucker.
You're the one that's
It's okay, you're only a few miles from Canada anyway.
Oh shit. No.
No.
You know what I wonder?
Okay.
And this made me think, right? Like, everyone knows, like... This is gonna get a little weird for a second. What peanut butter tastes like, right? When you go to the store and you're buying dog food, and it says, and you like look, and they're like, "Oh, it's fish flavored.
Are
It's
you
fucking
going
lamb flavored."
Are you going the opposite way with this?
No, what I'm going with this is that this is just completely. This is a tangent on that. Is when I go to the store and I'm like buying dog food, I'm like, okay, well, there's, you know, for one, I don't know what flavored dog food my dog likes. He's never told me. And for two, when you buy it, how the fuck do you actually know that's what it's flavored like? Because you are not gonna eat it yourself.
Fair enough.
You
I mean, I only ate dog food once when I was like a little kid, so it smelled really good to me. I was just like,
Ryan over here used to eat dog food all the time as a child.
I was probably
would fucking-
less than 5.
Yeah, and you would eat it all the time. You ate it until you were old enough to understand that when I read you the ingredients, you never ate it again. It's like fish, lamb, like
that
fucking.
sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, how would you know? Like, you could
No,
buy
that's a
two.
good-
Like if I made dog food, I would have the same dog food. I would package it into 8 different packages and
And
be like,
sell one for more than the other based on like.
oh, we have
flavors
this
and-
flavor and this flavor and this flavor. Really, it's all the same because your dog doesn't, for one, doesn't give a shit. For two, he's gonna tell you.
Well, I mean, it's the same with
Okay.
like chips. Like you have barbecue, sour cream, and onion. Like,
But with dog food, it's all the same,
Like,
like-
taste it.
but
Yeah,
it's all
like-
potato. Yeah, you do taste it.
No, are you gonna taste the dog?
Are you gonna taste the dog food to make sure it really tastes like what it says it does?
No.
Okay. Well, I
But
found.
your dog's gonna eat it, and if it doesn't
I-
like one more than the other, I would just assume.
I found the article 10 mistakes that. Hold on, 10 mistakes that could get her pregnant.
Could, not
Could.
will, could. What are they? Let's go with number 1.
Yeah.
It's number 10. Forgetting to wear a condom.
Okay, so that's dumb. All right, go ahead.
But people have gotten pregnant that way. Like who?
9. Not having access to the morning after pill.
Wait, what was the name of this list again?
You could have got 10 ways
10
you could have gotten her pregnant.
10 mistakes that you make that could get her pregnant.
So how is not
How is
having
that a
access to it
mistake?
a mistake that
Yeah,
you have
that's
made?
not a mistake. I want to know who wrote this. I'm gonna write him a letter.
What are you gonna hand?
Podcasters against.
We're
What's the-
podcasting on a digital platform, but you're gonna handwrite and post stamp a letter to.
Absolutely.
Going
I will
by
put it on a
her-
carrier pigeon.
Going by her cycle.
That
Even
Our producer thinks
producer
that's
over here is-
stupid.
Number 7. Trusting just one form of contraception.
What is the?
So it's
are there
that is
explanations?
stupid because that almost like some idiot who's reading this going like, oh my god, I gotta make sure I don't fuck up. They're gonna go trusting just one. They're not gonna read 4 and they're gonna go, okay, I better double up on the condoms. And then
Double up on the same.
is
one?
this gonna be on the list? Is this
What?
gonna be?
Okay,
That would
this
be
one
great if
makes
it comes
this
back.
one makes no sense at all. Assuming you're safe with non-penetrative sex.
Penetrative sex.
Assuming you're safe with not penetrating her during sex.
How the fuck?
How is that sex?
She gave me a blowjob and then she swallowed and got pregnant.
It grew in her belly.
It is possible to get her pregnant.
It literally
without
was a food
actually
baby.
penetrative sex.
It lived off of the greasy cheeseburgers and shit.
The risk
Damn
may
it, Maggie!
It didn't need an umbilical cord.
the risk may be low, but it's still there.
Filthy.
If you ejaculate anywhere near her vagina.
So these all have like at least subtle explanations of why.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's like.
I just don't. I mean,
What are you doing that you're
But
gonna
how-
like?
Why are you gonna blow a load out of her vagina if you're not gonna go in?
That's exactly what.
Why are you
You
fucking?
said it more eloquently than I ever could have.
Why are you blowing a load? Why are you like, oh, I don't want to get you pregnant, but I'm just gonna fucking super soak your vagina?
Canceling your contraceptions out with antibiotics.
That is
That's
that
a
is like
mistake.
that is a mistake.
That's the first legit one they've had on there.
that should be number 1 because I know a girl in high school who got pregnant that way.
Interesting.
Yep, nothing like a bronchitis baby.
Oh my God.
She probably got the bronchitis from taking a load in the mouth, so she wouldn't get pregnant.
Leaving the pill to her.
Well, that's an interesting one because there are those girls who would, I take my pill, I take my pill. It's like, you forget to wear the same color socks every day. I do not trust you with taking a pill. You know, like, we were supposed to hang out today. Oh, I totally forgot. Okay, you're an idiot, but you totally remembered to take that pill? No.
Having sex too soon after sterilization. Which is true. That's like if you get...
Yeah.
Like vasectomy.
You can
Okay.
still, like, it takes a couple weeks. I don't know why.
It takes a certain amount of time for it to like fully...
Kick in.
For it to be like fully... I think it's like the wounds have to heal before it can...
fully cut off access or circulation of steam. No, because there are people who definitely fucked that one up.
Yeah.
Do you still?
Using
That's
condoms incorrectly.
This one fucking floors me.
Chestnut.
This one floors.
Yeah. I was gonna say it better not come up.
This
Go
one.
on.
Or just not using one at all.
This
In your case.
this one floors me
Giving up.
because. For one, this one floors me for many reasons. The phallic shape is one of the most recognized shapes in the world. I mean, you see it in trees, rocks, everything. You're like, that looks like a dick. That looks like a dick. That looks like a
The
dick.
clouds.
The clouds, like, that's a dick. Like, it's so fucking obvious, and it's not a complex shape. It doesn't have lots of corners. It doesn't have angles or joints that need to be done correctly. It literally is less complex than the banana that is used in 5th grade to demonstrate. Like, it is so fucking simple. A condom can only go... How do you fuck that up?
Don't look at me.
I'm
I don't
looking
want
at you.
to-
Swallow your pride. Go on YouTube and look up a correct demonstration on how to put on a condom.
Stop looking at me.
I'm just saying that is what it is saying.
I mean, obviously, I know, like, how do you, literally, it's
it's
like, okay,
saying,
I
like,
have a
wearing
thing that
ones
goes
that
this.
are too big, wearing ones that are too small.
That is only there to give a scapegoat to someone who's like, yeah, I got her pregnant because I wore one that was too small. That is not the case. That is absolutely not the case.
The last one is contraceptive rumors.
What does
What?
that mean? How is that a mistake?
I don't. Like, oh, you know, like if you bang her in a hot tub, she can't get pregnant.
Oh, like, just pull out. You'll be able to. Jesus
Gotcha.
fucking Christ!
What?
I was gonna be hilarious and like play like a how to apply a condom video.
Oh yeah.
But but okay, no, I'm on YouTube. Right?
And there's just
There's dicks everywhere. I didn't think you could download this on YouTube.
Free Willy. It's the Free Willy campaign.
No, I just think you're allowed to have.
it's for your safety. That's why it's allowed.
It's for
It's for help.
My
For your
YouTube search is so fucked up now. I'm gonna be at work playing YouTube videos. It's gonna show up in the little tiles. I'm recommending this means I'm doing the big old
Dicks
pecker.
everywhere.
No, I'm
Give
serious.
that in
Then
6
the fucking gossiper will
What
blow
the
that all around the
fuck?
office.
This one has 1 million views. This dude's dick is huge. It's fucking massive. Oh my god. Here, we'll go with, like, this is a girl. Hopefully she doesn't have one.
Oh man, that really.
Down there, yeah, a little closer. If you can figure out where a condom goes, you got like 90% of the job done.
Okay, right there. Chestnut. If you can figure out where a condom goes, you have...
I wish we had something to play this video through, like
We
the
do.
Well, you do, I'm guessing.
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How do you... It won't close. Oh,
You're getting
what
spam.
the fuck? There's so many dicks on my YouTube now. I fucking... God. I swear, like, that literally is just so that dudes can, like, show their dicks off on YouTube. They're like, oh, it's an educational video.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
I did not think... I did not think that...
I would have figured it's just like a banana or like.
That's what I was going for, like, the quirky, like, heard it or not, just like a bunch of...
phallic shape, not an actual penis.
Oh, those are porn status penises. They're massive.
Disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Surprised one of them isn't Shane.
It probably is.
It probably is. You want to see my dick?
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Never again.
That's really funny.
Can we look up, is this how you look up porn on YouTube? Like how to do a self-breast examination?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
God.
Jesus.
That's just.
It's fucking disgusting.